So after watching Royce Keys and how he's been handled in the company, not only has the dude just been dealt a weird hand by the company as far as how they're presenting him. Like he debuted in the Royal Rumble, then he went away for an eternity. It took them like 2 months. No, it took them 57 days to give him an official render on the website for WWE. But then on top of that, they gave Obafemi main roster vignettes when he was still NXT champion. They had Royce Keys debut, and for months on end, we didn't hear anything of Royce Keys, from Royce Keys, about Royce Keys, and we didn't even see the dude on a venue or on a vignette or anything. So get to the night that he debuts, we finally get something about him. We finally get to know him or whatever, and then, you know, it's just him staring into the camera on a California sidewalk. Then it says Royce Keys coming soon, but that soon was later that night against Berto. Then Berto was like ruined, so nobody really cared. And then the cameraman kind of slipped when Royce was making his entrance, and then you know, it's very strange. But the thing is with Royce and how they're building him, you know, they're having him intertwined with Solo and going back on that history with him and Jacob or whatever. So I'm pretty sure it's looking, since they already let go of Tangaloa and Jeff Cobb, I'm pretty sure they're just going to have him be sucked into the MJF's, MFTs, 1-2-3s, Bloodline 3.0, GPO, GPA, GED segments, and they're just going to have him be just relegated to doing nothing but fighting them every single week, like LA Knight was with the Bloodline 3.0 and the Vision. Oh man, LA Knight, he's still having matches with the Vision, and that's been. They truly have. He had a match with Seth Rollins at Saturday Night's Main Event. Had dozens and dozens of matches with the Vision. WrestleMania had matched with the Vision. So I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, man. I don't understand. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. It's just. It's hard to get into Royce Keys, especially since they did the least to build him up. But what they did instead was turning him into Cody Rhodes from 2024 when he would always cry. Then we see Royce Keys crying in Stephanie's podcast, and then we see him crying in his vignettes on his promo packages. But I'm like, why are y'all doing this if y'all are just going to not have anything creative for him? Because, you know, of course he's going to tear through people, but he's only tearing through people that we don't even see on TV weekly. And then Angel Garza posted something on his social media to where he's like fading away. There's no way that he thought he wasn't going to go when people were getting fired around this time, and the dude just posted a picture of himself withering away like it's the Infinity War. Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling so good. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. This whole Royce Keys thing, I'm like, there should be something bigger for him, but I'm pretty like I already knew it was going to happen. And he was a champion in AEW. Now of course he's got the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial Trophy, but half the people that won that thing aren't even in the company anymore. Or just not being used. Carmelo Hayes went from being United States champion to I don't know what they're doing. They had him taken off Mania not even a month before Mania even happened. But then on top of that, he was being buried. He was being a jobber for like 2 years. He debuted in 2024 in like the first round draft or whatever, and then he just lost 99% of his matches, and then got with the Miz, had something with the Miz, turned face, had a United States Championship run, but that United States Championship run meant nothing, and even Carmelo Hayes thought it meant nothing because he wanted to have stories with it. But then instead of giving him stories, you know, he went to creative and said he wanted stories. They just took it off of him. It's almost like the company was like, yeah, well, Carmelo Hayes, he says he wants stories, but I don't think the AI can handle all that creativity. What are we going to do with him? Just to have him. Look, let's just save ourselves the trouble. Let's just dethrone the man with Sami Zayn before WrestleMania. So what are we going to do after that? I don't know. Well, let's just have him do this injury storyline before then, so we don't have to use him at all. And now he's not being used, along with Ilya Dragunov. So when Roycekeys finally gets his hand on some gold, which will probably be some mid-card gold, because they don't put any. They had this man on main event for like 400 years. Now my thing is, you have him in infinite dark matches just to debut him on essentially a dark match for his first match on the main roster. That's crazy work, man. Against Berto. Berto was a big deal in 2019. He was one of my favorites, especially when Vince was considering giving him the push of a main eventer. If you don't remember, Berto and Garza were really big deals. So Garza was the replacement for Andrade at one point, and then Humberto was having championship matches with Seth Rollins on Raw just because. This is how big of a deal they were back then, bro. So to see them to see where they are now is just disheartening. But Roycekeys, like, I don't know, man. I have no faith. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna have him feud with the MJFs. With the MFTs. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to have him go on a loop. Hell, they'll probably have Roycekeys feuding with Solo's group for about 5 years at this point. Oh, man. It's unfortunate, bro. Like, people get so excited. I don't get excited for these debuts because I already know what's up. But a lot of people get excited for these debuts, and I'm like, bro, I got to tell you, it's not going to work. And they'll be like, you're hating, bro. They're going to have a plan for Roycekeys after Royal Rumble. And then they didn't. Bro debuted like 50 years later just to have matches with Berto and Angel back to back. And then Angel looked like he don't even want to be there no more. I don't know, man. It's just, it's not it, bro. It's not. Man, but, you know, the delusion, though, you know, it's delusion until it works, but it doesn't work underneath this creative. No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, Road Dogg was not the problem, apparently. His dude was just a scapegoat. That's crazy as hell.